It's Irene Tucker from Homeschool, Alabama. I just wanted to let you know, if you're concerned about what the laws are in the state of Alabama, please visit hslda.org. And you can always visit our website. And our website is homeschoolalabama.org. Once again, if you're concerned about the laws in our state, please visit our website at homeschoolalabama.org. Hello again. I'm Irene Tucker again from Homeschool, Alabama, and today I have Mrs. Yolanda Chandler with the Black Homeschoolers of Birmingham.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we are so excited to talk to you today about your program and what you do and what you offer to the homeschool community. Okay, so I've interviewed quite a few different homeschool coverings. So let's just start with the basics. In case there's a mom who's brand new and she doesn't even know what a cover school is, could you tell us what a cover school is?
Well, the cover school is really the administrative oversight, making sure that you are legally homeschooling the correct way in Alabama.
Very good, thank you. And so you are a legal covering.
Yes, so our covering school is Legacy Builders Academy. We started last school year, so we're helping families just make sure that they have everything that they need to be able to be successful with homeschooling.
Wonderful, wonderful. So the name of the covering is Legacy Builders Academy. Is that correct?
Yes, so Black Homeschoolers of Birmingham is our nonprofit organization that we started in 2019. And really, Legacy Builders Academy was birthed out of that need for the community. We didn't start with the church cover before. We started with the homeschool community first, and then the cover came out of that.
Nice, nice. So, what is different about your covering?
Well, the first thing really is that we really have a niche market, and that we are really geared toward helping center Black children and Black families. Because I think the difference is with Black homeschoolers is they don't really have successful models of what homeschooling looks like. So really the nonprofit and the covering school really meets to serve that need for that community. I'm not saying that we only serve that community, but really when Black families want to homeschool, they really don't know who to turn to. They are usually the first in their family to ever start the journey. So that can be a little scary.
They don't. We were the first in our family, so I understand that.
Yeah, so they need a place where they can ask questions without the fear of the unknown. Because I think it's interesting that sometimes when people don't know about homeschooling, they assume the worst.
Yes.
And then you get the negative comments from those that you love, those that you want to see you do well. They don't really sometimes understand what you're doing, or they question whether you have the ability to do it. So it can be a little bit daunting sometimes.
It's challenging.
It's challenging. So you need someone that you can ask questions to, and someone who can have honest conversations with you about what to expect.
Good.
So that's what we try to do.
Wonderful, wonderful. And it's a comfortable situation. Sometimes when someone looks like you feel a little bit more comfortable with discussing things like your children's education and what you're actually capable of doing for them. So you're really meeting a need in our homeschool community. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. But the other part of that is the demographics are usually different. Most traditional homeschool families are families who started homeschooling from the very beginning, right? When their children were born, you know automatically that you're going to homeschool. That really has changed for us in the last year or so. We have more families who are coming from the public school sector.
COVID.
Yes. COVID. So they're coming. And they want to homeschool, but they know that they want to do it. They know that there's a better way that they can educate their children. They just don't know how to do it. And then there's a shifting of mindset of coming from the public sector to coming to homeschooling, where you're basically responsible for doing all of the things that you would send your child to someone else to do.
Right.
How was that transition for you?
Right. When you're homeschooling, the buck stops with you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And so you are that bridge, that liaison to help them know how to do that transfer out of the public school system correctly.
Yes, that's exactly what I do.
Wonderful.
That's exactly what I do.
Huge blessing. Do you also have a co-op?
So, no, yes and no. So let me explain. So, Black Homeschoolers of Birmingham is technically not a co-op. We are a homeschool support community. And we refer to ourselves as a community.
Okay.
Because we don't have it where parents are teaching individual classes. We are a community. We like to call ourselves a landing pad for homeschoolers. So we have, similar to what a co-op would have, we have park days, we have monthly field trips, we have community enrichment classes.
Wonderful.
This upcoming school year, last school year we instituted a soccer program, which the kids loved. We did soccer, we had music that included a group piano class and choir. We also have a debate club. We had a STEM co-op, and then we have our park days, and then mom's night out as
Nice.
well.
How fun.
So, so this year we are hoping to incorporate American Sign Language. We think music as well, art, and then a full-time PE program.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
And the mom's night out sound exciting too, where the moms can get a little bit of that special time with each other to talk about what's going on in the homeschooling day and to just encourage one another.
Well, the rule is that you can't talk about homeschooling.
Oh, wow.
Mom's night out.
Okay.
Because we do that a lot. Even when we're at park days or field trips, we're always talking to each other about what's going on with homeschooling. So mom's night out is really just an opportunity for you to not be mom or homeschool mom at that point.
To just have a good time.
Just have a good time. Get to know one another, that sort of thing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's wonderful. So, you told me about your extracurricular activities. You have field trips and park days, and those are exciting kind of things. Okay, so what about, could you give me like the mission of your school? Like I think I understand. The mission is to reach out to Blacks who are trying to homeschool to give them a soft landing spot for information and support and encouragement.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So the mission statement for Black Homeschoolers of Birmingham is to be a safe space where Black and brown homeschool children can learn, play, and grow. So we're always very intentional about everything that we do, that we're always fitting the mission. So if we're doing something, because when people see that you're actively involved in your community, they want to bring everything to you. And not saying that those are bad things, but sometimes they just don't fit with the mission. Right. So you have to make sure that you are singularly focused. Okay. Because the mission is to provide that safe space. And the safety really is very important for us, because one of the things that I was even thinking about this morning is there's a lot of trauma that a lot of our families come to us with now, particularly coming from the public school sector. Not everyone has a pleasant experience there. There's some bullying that happens, and then just sometimes students are not in environments where they can thrive. It doesn't necessarily have to be someone else doing something harmful to you. It could just be that you were not allowed to use your own personal learning style, or maybe someone didn't teach the way that you learn. So those are the things that we have to take into consideration, and we're always very aware of creating that safe space. That means the partnerships that we have, that means who we allow to speak into our children's lives, the communication that we have as adults, what happens if there is a behavior issue. So there's lots of things that we have to deal with, and that we are trying our best to make sure that we can maintain that safe zone.
Wonderful. That's encouraging.
And then also, Because our children don't see each other every day.
Right,
We
right.
want to make it so that everyone is able to find a buddy or someone
Right.
that
You want it
they
to be
can play
fun
with.
too.
You want it to be fun,
Yeah.
because if you haven't, seen your friends in a week,
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to get to a place where, there's some argument or kids are just not getting along,
Right.
or even conflict between the moms. We do our very best to make sure that whenever we have an event, it's all about the fun and it's all about just enjoying each other.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I know that you are a Christian. Do you consider your organization a Christian organization?
Okay, so we get this question a lot. We are a faith-neutral organization.
Okay.
I am a Christian. My co-founder, Jennifer, is a Christian as
Okay.
well. Everything that we do is guided by our Christian principles, right?
Wonderful.
I'm not a Christian in this sector, and then when I come over to my homeschooling community, I'm not a Christian. It
Right.
guides everything about my life. It is who I am.
Mhm.
So everything that I do, my faith is integrated into it. The reason why we are a faith-neutral community is because Black people are not a monolith.
Right.
We don't all think the same. We don't all believe the same.
Mhm.
But the central focus is always homeschooling.
Mhm.
So we have policies and procedures in place where we are faith neutral.
Mhm.
We are a politics-free zone.
Mhm.
We are a sexual orientation-free zone.
Mhm.
So the things of the outside,
Mhm.
the current events, the politics, all of those things don't influence our mission.
Right.
Our mission is solely about homeschooling.
Okay.
So we make sure that that is at the center. Now, does that mean that when we have a park day and we have pizza, that we don't pray? Absolutely we do, because
Good.
that is part of who I am.
Right,
That is what I do.
Like you said, you're not leaving your
I'm
Christianity
not
someplace
leaving
else.
it somewhere else.
Mhm.
It is a part of who I am.
Mhm.
And I live out loud.
Uh-huh.
So, when people meet me or they meet Jennifer,
Mhm.
when they're involved with our group, you automatically know who we are.
Mhm.
But we're not trying to indoctrinate you. We are
Okay.
simply living
Mhm.
who we are as
So the-
Christian women.
Yes, that's beautiful. So the focus is absolutely the homeschooling.
Absolutely.
Yes, you're not using the homeschooling to proselytize necessarily, but because you do live out loud,
Yeah.
they can see the Jesus in you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I want them to.
Right.
I want them. And that's the reason why we're faith neutral. The faith neutral aspect of it is really as a protective mechanism for us so that others don't try to come in and influence our community. We can be the light. We can show the love of Christ through our actions, through our words, through our deeds. And people, they automatically know who we are.
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so I know that you have a conference coming up.
Yes.
Yes, could you tell us about that?
Sure.
Give us the details where it's going to be.
Okay, so the conference is July 28th and 29th.
Okay.
We have made some amendments to the conference, so if anyone has gone on our website prior to this date, I have some updates for you today. Really excited about that. So we've decided we were originally going to be a full-fledged 2-day conference. We have scaled things back so that we can do things with excellence.
Yes.
So on that Friday night, we'll have a homeschool dads reception and panel.
Oh, nice.
And the reason why we're really doing that is because when I first started homeschooling, my husband, because we didn't know anybody else was homeschooling, it seemed like such a foreign concept for him because, he was publicly school educated. I'm a former educator, so I kind of know what's going on in education, and I really wanted to homeschool for a long time, just didn't have the means to be able to do it. So when we made the decision to homeschool, he wasn't really on board with homeschooling. And we went to the Heath Convention in Virginia. We were living in Virginia at the time. And we went to the Heath Convention, and it really just blew his mind, first of all, that there were so many other people
Who were doing it. Yes.
right? Because you don't want to be the weird homeschooling family, right?
Right.
So when he went to the Heath Convention, he really saw that homeschooling was not something just I wanted to do, but there were lots of other people who had made the decision. So it really validated homeschooling for him. So I took that experience and translated over into the Homeschool Summit. We know that when we get dads on board, that once dads are on board, the homeschooling journey is that much easier.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
If you have to convince dad that this is something that you're going to do, every day he's coming home and he wants to question the kids. What did you learn today?
Right.
What did you do today? Did you do any schoolwork? You know, but once dad understands the importance of homeschooling and how homeschooling is different from public school, you've got a homeschool family for life, for as long as they want to. So the idea about behind the upcoming Homeschool Summit is to get dads on board. So we are having that Friday night, we are having a homeschool dads panel. We have 4 fine homeschool dads who are committed to their families, committed to homeschooling as long as it works for their families. They'll be, we'll have a panel discussion, and then we'll have a nice plated meal and a guest speaker to really speak into the lives of homeschool dads. So it's going to be a wonderful time.
That's exciting.
And it's exciting because dads don't really, homeschool dads don't really get a lot of attention. It's usually just homeschool moms.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so and then on that Saturday, we're encouraging the whole family to come. It starts at 9 o'clock from 9 to 4. We're at the Doubletree in Birmingham on Interstate 280. It is going to be a full day program. We'll have keynote speakers, breakout sessions, how to homeschool, homeschooling resources. We'll have a vendor hall. The exciting thing is that you can bring your children as well, because we'll have a kids and teen zones that will have a full day program for them as well. So where mom and dad are learning about homeschooling, whether you're a new homeschooler, experienced homeschooler, thinking about homeschooling, we'll have something for everyone.
This is so exciting. So, what is the date again?
July 29th. The gala or the Homeschool Dads reception is on that Friday night at 6 o'clock. And the conference is on July 29th, beginning at 9 o'clock.
It's wonderful. This is so exciting. Is there any information you want to give us about people who are interested in sponsorship?
Yes, absolutely. We are actively seeking sponsorships for the conference. You can reach out to me at info@blackhomeschoolers@birmingham.com. I can send you a sponsorship package. We are looking for small businesses, corporations, individuals who want to donate. We're even willing to take any in-kind donations that a business or company would like to offer, so that we can give our participants, a grab bag to take home. It's a wonderful opportunity as well, because we're expecting, lots of families to join us for businesses to get in front of our families. So if you are a small business owner and would even like to be a vendor at our event, you can send an email, of course, to that same email address, info@blackhomeschoolers@birmingham.com, and I will send you all of the great information.
Wonderful. Wonderful. That's so exciting. So, if you need a conference to go to and you haven't heard some good speakers teaching about homeschooling, home life, what are the topics?
So we have a wide range of topics. We have, of course, Homeschooling 101, and that's going to be more so of how to legally homeschool in Alabama. What do you do? How do you get started? Those types of things. We'll also have our keynote address. She's going to focus on homeschool life. Our keynote speaker is the leader of an organization called Homeschool Moms Pray. So that's going to be great as well. We also have someone who's coming in to speak about the neurodivergent learner. That is such a big topic in education right now. How do you navigate when your child is an exceptional learner, whether that is on the autism spectrum or on the gifted end of the spectrum? Dr. Rochelle Matthews will be able to, Matthew Somerville will be able to give us some great information. We'll also have information about, for homeschool moms, how do you delegate? How do you Make it so that when your husband comes home at the end of the homeschool
Mhm.
day, that you're not a frazzled mess. We'll also talk about our organization. We'll have more information about laying out the vision that we have for Black homeschoolers for 2023 and 2024 school year. We'll also have information about homeschooling high school.
Yes.
Homeschooling methodologies and learning styles. So we're trying to, any question that you may have about homeschooling, we're trying to answer those questions for you. The theme of the conference is Position for Success, because that's really what our aim is. Our aim is to position families to have a successful year, because no one really wants to start anything and feel like halfway through that they've been a failure. Right? We want to meet them where they are at the very beginning, give them all the tools and tricks and resources, and then give them a community support so that they can make friends, they can exchange numbers with other moms, so that if you want to go to the park with someone, if there's an event that you want to go to that's not run by Black Homeschoolers of Birmingham, because really our purpose is for you to find your tribe within our community.
Wonderful.
Yes. So we'll be able to do all those things at the conference. And I just think it's going to be like a great big family reunion.
It sounds like it's going to be so much
It's going to
fun.
be so fun. I'm really, really
And I'm
excited.
just really excited about the Summit for Dads. So there's something for everyone, something for the dads, the moms, and the children.
Yes. And we include lunch. So you won't have to leave in the middle of the day, drive on 280 with all of the traffic and get lunch. Lunch is included in the ticket price.
Wonderful. This is wonderful. Okay, so do you have openings for the fall?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Right now, all you have to do is log onto our website. There's some steps on our website, blackhomeschoolsofbirmingham.com. You can join our community after you answer just a few questions, just so we know who you are and what you, think about homeschooling, what your intentions are with us, because we want to be with like-minded individuals. Right? We want to make sure that our community stays that safe space. So there's just a few, not too intrusive questions that we ask for people to join our community. But one of the things that I wanted to, exciting things that we are starting in the fall that I didn't really get a chance to mention before is that we are starting a hybrid school.
Oh, wow. This is really exciting.
Right. So we are beginning a 2-day-a-week hybrid school, Legacy Builders Homeschool Academy, where students will be able to come to us. We'll have an elementary track and a middle. We don't really have that many high schoolers right now in our community. If the need arises for us to have a high school track, we can look into doing that as well.
And the good thing about having the elementary is, as those children move up, that's how you
Absolutely.
eventually get to the high school.
That's right.
They get older and older, and then you have a K through 12 program.
Absolutely. So we have last year we did STEM, STEM Academy this year, and that was only 2 days a month.
Okay.
We were kind of just testing the waters, right, to see how things would go, what the response would be, and that was an overwhelming success.
Wonderful.
So this year we are starting in September, not August, but in September, right after Labor Day. We will have a 2-day-a-week program where elementary students can come for, the elementary track is math, science, language arts, and Spanish. Our middle schoolers will have math and science, and then there will be a combination of African American literature and history, and then Spanish as well.
Well, that's exciting. Homeschool hybrids seem to really be taking off in the state.
Absolutely.
And that's so it's going to be a Tuesday, Thursday program?
Yes, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 12.
And where will it be located?
In Bessemer, Alabama. So we are at the location, it's 1723 3rd Avenue North in Bessemer. We are meeting at Perfecting Reconciliation Church. If anyone is familiar with Bessemer, we are right across, right in the heart of Bessemer, across the street from the courthouse.
This is wonderful. This is exciting. So you have a hybrid school on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's for elementary
and middle school students.
Elementary and middle. And the curriculum you're using, is it the kind of thing where I come on Tuesday and Thursday, and then they're at home with mom on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you pick up right where the hybrid school left off?
Yeah,
That kind of thing?
and I'm glad that you asked that because I had been going back and forth for a really long time trying to make that decision.
Yes.
And really, talking to lots of micro school owners, hybrid school owners, people who run programs such as ours, one of the biggest things that they told us is that they wanted to ensure that homeschool students could remain homeschool students.
Absolutely.
And to have the freedom to be able to do as they chose to do on those other 2 days.
Okay.
So our students will only be with us 2 days and then they'll have the liberty. Now we will offer extension activities for students to do at home. But really, we want the students to be able to still operate in their learning style. We know that homeschool students have the freedom to do what they're passionate about.
Right.
My own children, my son is technically an unschooler, so doing the things that he wants to do, the things that he's most interested in doing, those are the types of things that we want our students to be engaged with on the days that they're not with us. And then on Fridays, Black Homeschoolers of Birmingham, that's when we'll have all of our enrichment classes. So students will be able to take those classes if they so desire to do that.
So are the enrichment classes in the same place as the hybrid?
That is the goal.
Okay.
We are actively working toward that being our mission to complete that. It's not set in stone yet. A lot of our enrichment classes were at a local public library, but that comes with its own set of challenges. So we are desperately looking for our own space. That's a plug that if there's anyone in the area who has space, that they will be willing to host us so that we could have everything in one location. That is our ultimate goal. Not quite there yet, but we're just, women of faith, believing that God is going to open that door. And they will be, so if there is a church that would welcome us, that we could have our enrichment classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and our core classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and our enrichment classes on Fridays. I would love to have that conversation with anyone who's willing to offer that as a service to our community.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, I ask this question at the end of every interview. What is your favorite homeschool curriculum?
Okay, so I am an unschooler at heart. My answer.
So did you unschool all of your kids?
Yes.
You did? From the time they were little?
Well, see, we haven't been homeschooling from kindergarten.
Okay.
So my older two children were homeschooling 6th through 11th and 12th grade. The younger two started in kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade. The plan with the younger two set that we're currently homeschooling is to go all the way through. My daughter, who is 12, she's more of a traditional learner. She's leaning toward online learning. But my son, my youngest son, is a unschooler at heart. So to answer your question, my answer is your child is the best curriculum.
Oh, very nice.
So there is no textbook, there is no full box curriculum that is going to be a one size fits all. Even when you purchase one and you use it for multiple children, I always find that I have to supplement. One may work for one kid, but not another kid. I have to change it where if one is reading it, they can read it, they can draw something or they can act it out. My daughter would prefer you just to give her a book and let her write an essay. My son, if I told him to write an essay, we would be there for the next 3 weeks trying to get it done. So I say that your child is the best curriculum and that you really have to trust them, that they can take some autonomy in their own learning and you can be the guide.
Wonderful. Again, we are with Yolanda Chandler, and she is with the Black Homeschoolers of Birmingham. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
You have taught us so much, and we understand now the mission and the goal of your organization, and we wish you guys all the best this upcoming school year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey there, it's Irene Tucker from Homeschool, Alabama. I just wanted to let you know, if you're concerned about what the laws are in the state of Alabama, please visit hslda.org. And you can always visit our website. And our website is homeschoolalabama.org. Once again, if you're concerned about the laws in our state, please visit our website at homeschoolalabama.org.